Hey, First Baptist, hope you're doing well. I'm just coming to you with a check-in, and man, I keep missing y'all. This is getting long, but yeah, here we are. So let's keep trusting God and pushing forward. So, hey, want to follow up with a couple things from yesterday's sermon. A couple things didn't make the cut, so I thought I'd throw them in here, and I think they might be helpful as you keep thinking about this verse that we went over, casting all our anxieties on him because he cares for you. So here's my two kind of thoughts that I thought I'd add to that today real briefly. And number one is this, is that we need to recognize that anxieties, as we think about them and then how to deal with them, it's not all simplistic and easy. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't come across yesterday. Our anxieties can be really complex things that go deep into our past history. Even sometimes physically there's elements that play into that. And so even recognizing that, and then recognizing that 1 Peter 5:7 isn't all there is to say about anxieties. We could go to other places in Scripture, right? The Psalms are replete with places talking about our cares and worries and just examples of how to deal with them. Jesus obviously speaks a lot about worry in Matthew 6, or you could go to a place like Philippians 3 or Philippians 4, I think it's 6 through 8. But all of those places are helpful along with 1 Peter in dealing with our anxieties and even some of the complexities of them. So 1 Peter 5:7 is not like a just easy Band-Aid to throw on our anxieties, but it does give us a simple, basic place to start in dealing with our anxieties. And I think it's really helpful. So just to say, there's more to be said about our anxieties and then dealing with them. But hopefully 1 Peter was helpful for you in that, just to get you a start. And then the second thing I'd want to follow up with is the reality that even though there's a casting of our anxieties on the Lord, there is a way in which often we're still called to be active in regards to those things we maybe care about or are concerned about, right? So the first thing I do is cast my anxiety on the Lord. But the second thing I might do is to be active in taking care of some of those concerns. If I'm concerned about my health in some way, my first response needs to be to cast that load on God. He can handle it. I can't, right? And yet my second response might be for me to change my diet and begin to exercise or take some medication that the doctor has prescribed for me. There's an activeness in that. And even through that, I continue to trust the Lord. I continue to have him bear those anxieties, those cares for me. So there is this first casting upon God and then continual trusting him. But it's not a passive always. There is an activeness that we need, an activity that we're called to in many of these areas that we're concerned with, whether it's our parenting or our marriage or our jobs, our finances, whatever. We cast upon him, trusting him, and then even underneath that trust, we continue to walk ahead in obedience to him. So hopefully those are helpful to just think about some clarifications there and just additions. One, that anxieties aren't necessarily simple, and that our answers to them aren't simplistic. There's a lot to be said. We didn't say it all. But 1 Peter is a good place to start with that. And then two, just that fact that even as we cast our anxieties upon the Lord first and continually, we are called to be active often as we seek to take care of the things God's put in front of us. So thank you all. Love you. Have a great day.